found my perfect sound. Can you see the fire in my eyes? Bitch, it's burning out. Lightning in a bottle. I think I just found my perfect sound. Can you see the fire in my eyes? Bitch, it's burning out.
Yo, how you living, how you feeling, how you doing? This is First Choice Fantasy. Happy Thanksgiving to you dirty turkeys out there. How you living? How you feeling, how you doing? Brandon, how's your week going?
It went somewhere. Ed, I know you're just blossoming. You and Travis Kelsey.
Oh, yeah. It was amazing. I beat Brandon last week.
Surprised by that,
second
Brandon?
Touchdown from Kelsey.
No, I wasn't.
I feel as though... Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, okay. My dad, he had placed a bet on Travis Kelsey having a touchdown in that game. Whole game, I was like, no. I was like going against it. He was rooting for it the whole time. And the play it happened, I shit you not. We both pointed out Travis Kelsey up the seam. And I watched him go, and I watched the linebacker like shift off to the right, and I was like, it's going to Kelsey. And next thing you know, you just see this ball flying and Kelsey grabbing it. I was like, okay.
Very bold prediction. They throw it to their best player.
Tyreek Hill's their best player, but
their best receiving weapon, I'm going to argue, is Travis Kelsey.
Yeah.
Let's see Hill do all that without Kelsey in the middle.
I'm thankful for Travis Kelsey and his touchdown, because if it wasn't for him, I would have lost on the fact that Juju Smith-Schuster stepped on a flag and didn't come back, and it on flag hurt his toe. He's questionable for this week, by the way, in case anybody was curious. Limited participant in practice after he did what? What? Stepped on a flag. The weighted part of the flag, okay? So it's a big deal because he stepped.
Pretty heavy.
How do you not see a yellow thing in the middle of the field? And then,
but he probably just assumed it was just like a flag. He wasn't expecting a weighted part. He was like, I can just walk over there. Oh, my foot.
Yeah.
I would imagine he plays. I mean, even Mike Tomlin said they held him out for precautionary reasons because they were blowing out Jacksonville. So I can't see why.
I didn't need precautionary reasons for Juju. I wanted points from Juju. That's right.
Well, the Steelers didn't need it.
Say they were up by like 20. Right. I don't think they needed him to get injured
anymore. Let's be real.
But that was we probably played how many times this year, and that's 2 games that we went down to the wire, and 2 games that you came out the winner. But then a few days later, we all find out.
Oh, Stacker.
One game.
Retract.
One game where that happened.
But
it's not going to be this case, hopefully.
Yeah, this is too big of a margin. Travis Kelsey took me down.
Yeah, so that hopefully kicks you out of the playoffs. I hope it keeps you out of the playoffs.
Why?
Because your team is amazing. Your team's probably one of the top teams. It's me, you, and Gibwad, I think, have the best teams. Obviously, outside of Alex. Alex's team is amazing, but
my team is amazing on paper.
Oh, it is, but it's amazing, period.
It's a lot less amazing in reality, especially when Christian McCaffrey, like, every time he gets breathed on, he misses a month and a half.
Yeah. That's facts. It is what it is,
happening?
though.
What is happening?
You know what is happening?
No, I don't.
Start sits. We're going to start with the quarterback position with our starts, okay? Last week, the heat check on last week. The only one that actually hit was my sit of Drew Lock. Everybody else's was like a Big Ben start, Carson Wentz sit, Cam Newton start. Yeah, these were like an move. So last week wasn't too hot for us.
Solid. Quarterbacks are an enigma.
Yeah.
They are.
They are an enigma. They are plural, singular.
Now, although Tua got benched last week, I'm going to go on record here and say I think Tua will have a good bounce-back week against the Jets. He's not my pick, but he was in consideration. I just thought that Tom Brady was going to have a good game against KC. I think to keep up with this team, you got to put up points, and I think this offense got that ability. It just hasn't shown through. And I mean, they will eventually, and why not this week? I think he could be a very, very good start.
I think Tom Brady struggles against those good defenses. You know what I mean? Like a normal quarterback. But the Chiefs' defense isn't all that great. So I understand this start. Well, I'm not too sure I agree on it, but I do see they have weapons and whatnot. But yeah, I guess that's a valid start on Brandon's part. Tom Brady against Kansas City. Alex, who are you thinking for your start at the
Go with
quarterback position?
Taysom Hill because
Yummy.
they're not benching him like the Dolphins did Tua. And as I thought, Sean Payton trying very hard to get Taysom Hill in the end zone every single possession, so I would look for another rushing touchdown or two because Denver doesn't do much of that whole stopping of the run. And I know they're playing in Denver, but I don't think Taysom Hill gets tired, so it'll be fun.
That's
No,
true.
Taysom
Just keep
Hill
chugging
does
along.
not get
The
tired.
purebred athlete.
98 yards and 2 more touchdowns, and he'll finish as a QB1 easily.
The
Unfortunately,
definition of a freak athlete. You know what's crazy though? Last week I had him in a ESPN league. Okay, obviously his eligibility last week was quarterback and tight end, so I started him at tight end. They took away his tight end eligibility this week. He's still in my tight end slot. I didn't take him out. So
Leave
that's like
him
a way to
in.
cheat the system. Yeah, I didn't move him.
Oh, that's
I wonder if that
quarterback points.
just like counts as invalid points. I wonder.
I
what
don't
if
know
they
we can
what
do-
if they award negative points to you for that?
Guess that's an interesting thing. I'm not sure.
He's a 35-pointer, then you lose 35.
I know in Sleeper, the platform doesn't let you move anything around until you fix a specific thing. Like if you have too many people on IR or a player not eligible for IR, it won't let you make any roster moves. Have you been able to do that, or is ESPN just wow?
I tried picking up a defense. It had nothing to do with Taysom Hill. I tried picking up the Giants defense, dropped another defense, and it said Taysom Hill is invalid or something like that. Okay, cool.
So yeah,
can't do
that's the security. So if you don't need to make any moves, I mean,
leave him there.
depends if you're
Yeah, I'm
willing
curious
to
to see
take
if they'll give you the points for it. So I hope they leave you. I hope you leave him in there.
Yeah, I took him out.
I
took him
go
out. But
through
I
this
Dallas
rabbit
Goedert.
hole just to be told it's no longer.
Oh,
Yeah, really. Now I'm
I
upset.
should have kept it in just to see what would happen.
Oh, hey,
it was questionable.
But
Disappointed.
It is what it is. All right, my quarterback start for this week 12. Daniel Jones at Cincinnati. So, Daniel Jones this past couple weeks, honestly, he's been getting fantasy points, like 20-plus fantasy points, I think, maybe 2 of the past 3 games that they had. But the wheels, he's got the wheels. Obviously, from that big meme, you probably don't think he has the wheels, but he has the wheels. Puts points up on the ground. The Bengals defense is meager, and I think they're probably going to wipe him out. I think the Giants are going to win this one easily. Obviously, that's not really going to impact the fantasy points, I guess, to a point, but I'm not going to sit here and have these predictions again where it's like game script's going to cause him to have like 20 pass attempts. No, I'm not going to guess that. I'm just going to guess. I'm just going to guess him as a start, and he's going to be a start this week. Daniel Jones against the Bengals. Lock him in.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it. Don't even question anything nowadays.
Not question anything. Ed is sitting Baker Mayfield. No questions asked.
No questions. No questions at all.
No questions asked.
I feel that's
So
just a common sense kind of thing.
Sitting Baker, is that just like you think their run game's going to be doing it? Because someone's going to crush the Jacksonville
Didn't we just
Jaguars.
talk about not questioning game scripts?
I just think Baker Mayfield's not it anymore, and it's going to be raining, so that's a big thing.
It's going to be
He's
raining.
it
All
in
they do
those
is play in the
progressive
rain.
commercials because they are very entertaining.
They are, yeah. Start him whenever. Actually,
Yeah, if you're playing in a commercial
commercials.
fantasy league,
Start him in
you
commercials.
should definitely start him.
His commercials with Progressive are probably my favorite out of all the quarterbacks in these commercials.
100%.
Although I do like the Patrick Mahomes one when he's just tossing the beanbags and playing cornhole. Like behind the back, it's just swoosh, swoosh.
Is Baker Progressive? Is that?
I
Are those
thought it
commercials for
was.
Progressive? I'm not arguing
not?
because I have no idea. Like that speaks to like, I guess the commercial itself. If I have no idea who the commercial was about,
because it's covered home and auto, and it's talking about him living in the stadium like it's his home, like it's covered.
Yeah, I get that. I just never figured out what company it is because I don't pay attention as much.
Yeah, it's Progressive.
Like Baker Mayfield.
I actually never paid attention to that
on
either.
Every individual seat.
I just now, I didn't just now, but like last week watching the games, I just was like, oh, what commercial is this actually?
Doesn't
That's the
matter.
only reason why I know.
The what's it called? His commercial and Saquon's commercial on Hulu. That is actually probably one of the worst commercials I've ever seen. It's so repetitive and it's so annoying. I just keep seeing their faces on bodies that just don't fit it, and it's like, bro,
I think
Yeah.
it's funny.
it is what it
It's
is.
too long and it plays too often. Although I like the one where it's like brief and then it cuts to Joel Embiid's head on some
Yeah.
like 4'9" guy on a couch,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Well, that was weird."
Yeah, I
His
didn't
head is
mind
like
that
half
part.
the size of his body.
Yeah.
I don't know why the audio of that commercial just it irritates me for some reason. Like I get the why the audio is not good because they're doing it like they're
Because you get to
taking the
hear
face, but
Baker
like
Mayfield speak.
for some reason that audio it just irritates me hearing it.
I feel that.
It's the Baker effect. Let's get back on
Baker
track here.
effect.
Brandon, who are you sitting?
Ryan Tannehill is a sit. He hasn't been on fire as of recently. And last time he played Indiana, 10 points. And that was 27 of 15. Like that was more passing attempts than I anticipated seeing, but he was very ineffective. If I recall correctly, Derrick Henry didn't have the greatest week. He was kind of inefficient. I think he finished out decent on the week, but not positive. But still, this defense is solid. He struggled against Indiana 2 weeks ago, struggled against Chicago the week before that. It just shows that he struggled against defenses that are more top of the league, and I
He
think
put
this
up some
defense
points
will
on
do it
Baltimore,
again.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd still
Yeah.
sit him anyway. Bad matchup. Why bother? Get someone else. Know who you shouldn't start? Matt Stafford.
the weeks where
Matty
you will
Stafford.
be able to start Taysom Hill are coming up very soon. Cleveland next week, Jaguars
this
the
week
week
right now.
after, Detroit.
So
Start him
all
the
of
next,
these weeks.
not this week, but after this week, 3 weeks, start him. So if you see him
Start him
sitting
this
out
week.
on the waivers because someone got nervous about this matchup, pick him up.
Are you talking about
because-
Tannehill?
Yeah, you talking about Tannehill?
Yeah.
Oh,
You said Taysom Hill at first.
I was
Did I
confused.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did
I did
really?
not even no. Ryan
Very
Tannehill.
confused. Ryan Tannehill.
Tannehill, I've got him in a few leagues, and I'm confident starting him. I guess
Valid.
confident as
Alright.
one can be. What about your pick,
Say,
Alex?
as you might have already heard, sit Matt Stafford because he's got no weapons and he's injured. So good luck with that. Galladay
He's
out,
injured.
Amendola out.
His weapons are injured.
Swift is questionable. 7 points last week. Sit,
Hopefully
bench.
Swift isn't out because that would be a
Who's
travesty
the bench?
as he is my running back start. Yeah,
Woo!
Swift running back start.
Woo!
Transitions. I think the matchup's just juicy, and if he is
Very
good to
juicy
go,
matchup.
he's fucking good. Like, he is good. I don't know. There's no other way to put it. Like, he's one of those running backs that are probably going to be in the top of the league. Going to be a first-round pick eventually in fantasy leagues, and I think the end-of-season schedule is obviously beautiful for him, and I think this matchup is beautiful for him. If he's good to go, he should reassume his role that he had in the previous week, which was, I think, we got 16 fantasy points. I think it was like 16 carries,
Probably
maybe,
carrying the ball every single time because everyone else they have is hurt.
and
Yeah.
ineffective. Yeah, DeAndre Swift, start him. Do it, please.
I'm a pivot to another rookie running back because while the numbers might not have been there, Jonathan Taylor had himself a pretty solid football game last week against the Green Bay Packers, and I don't think it translated that well fantasy-wise, but he looked really good running the ball, and the coach showed a little more faith in him, and I would look for him to get some more run this week.
22 carries.
Did not seem like Himes or Wilkins were on the field nearly as much, or at least giving the ball nearly as much as Taylor was this week. So I'm taking a step forward with him, putting him back into the lineup.
Yeah.
Give the boy a chance.
In my
Let the
limited
lad go.
sample size with watching Jordan Wilkins play, I don't get why he's getting touches. Honestly, like in my sample size that I've seen, obviously it's only been a few of the 50 carries he's had or 50 touches he's had this year, or some shit like that. It's just every single time he was running a route, I seen one time, and he just stopped mid route when the ball was thrown to him. Like he was about to get yammed, but he just stopped. He was, the ball's about to come to me, no way. And then when he gets the ball later and carries, it doesn't look good. Like I don't know. I feel
Yeah.
like JT has a
Gotta
different
make the
burst to him.
rookie earn it.
Yeah,
It's weird though. Did he earn it? Because he went from 6 carries last week to 22. And it's like,
yeah.
what?
And
I think last week was just a mini benching, and then he was looking effective last week, so they put him back in. Give him the carries. Let him run.
He's the type of running back that requires carries, but
Y'all see that drive that they had at the end of the game? The Colts
oh,
committed
like
5
7
consecutive holding
fouls.
penalties.
Yeah, that was
They had
ridiculous.
5 holdings on one
5.
drive.
It felt like
they were like 2 or 3 that were uncalled. It was just every play a Colts lineman was dragging someone down by his jersey. It was the oddest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. And that inevitably took them to overtime pretty much. That alone.
It's a good reason. Dummies.
All right, Brandon, who was your running back star?
Who you got?
My running back star is Ronald Jones. Do not fret. Last week he struggled, but this week against the Chiefs, one thing that teams have noticed is that when you have a solid run game against the Chiefs, slow down the game pace, keep the game to your own pace. I think Tom Brady's shown that he's good at doing that, game pace and whatnot. And Ronald Jones, I think, will be the beneficiary in this game.
He's starting
all over the Bucks,
Buccaneers
are we?
quarterback and Buccaneers running back. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I like it.
It's bold.
I don't like it. You know what else I don't like? The Rams running backs against San Francisco.
Henderson?
So
I don't like them.
I don't like Darrell Henderson. I mean, I do to a point, but fantasy, nah.
Sit him. Sit him.
Yeah, sit him, sit Cam Akers, and sit Malcolm Brown. So I picked up Cam Akers last week, hoping he would start getting more involved, possibly. He got a touchdown, and that boosted his numbers, I guess. But besides that, he didn't really do much. Darrell Henderson, Malcolm Brown, obviously, I would hope you're not starting Malcolm Brown. But don't start Darrell Henderson either.
Tough times.
Sit them all.
I was thinking Darrell Henderson was the guy, but they felt differently. And you know who's not the guy no longer? Kalen Balazs.
No, sir.
Sit him.
Boy, that ended quick.
Austin Eckler is looking to be back this week. And honestly, I didn't even know this when I put this in there. I just thought Kalen Balazs was a sit in general, even with Austin Eckler back. So, I mean, if it turns out after this video post, you see that Austin Eckler is still out, I would still consider sitting Kalen Balazs. I don't think this matchup's very good. I think that Justin Herbert's going to have a good game. I don't think the run game's going to be very effective.
And if you're a bettor, take the over. A lot of points in this game. Not coming from Balazs.
Generally,
Josh Allen will probably have a good game too.
Speaking of good games, I know who won't be having one.
Ooh, has he
David
ever?
Montgomery. No, not really. But I'm not buying it this week because he says he's ready to go. That's good. The rest of his team isn't. I don't know who the hell's starting a quarterback, but it's not going to be looking fresh. And if Tyler Bray is starting or Mitch Trubisky is starting, I think objective A of the Packers is going to be to not let the Bears run anywhere. So
I think
good
the
luck, Dave.
Bears' offensive line number one objective is to not let the running back run anywhere. Because that's what it seems like.
That also might be the case. So you've got like 20 guys on a football field working together to stop David Montgomery from gaining yards.
Multiple forces.
So you start him in fantasy? Why would you do that?
And if he does actually manage to pull it off and like get 20 fantasy points with all these forces against him, Hall of Fame.
Then
Hall of Fame.
We should elect him to like president of the world because he can overcome anything.
President of the free world, the trapped world.
That's the type of dedication and progress and results that I want from the president of the world.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. David Montgomery, 2020. All right.
David Montgomery, 2020. world
We got Corey
dictator.
Davis's 5th-year breakout. Yeah, dictator Matt
Ah.
Stafford. We got 2020 5th-year breakout Corey Davis against the Colts. Though Brandon said to sit Tannehill, I don't agree with that, and I think Corey Davis, though he was my sit last week, I think that he should be able to just continue going. And I don't know, I have a feeling that I think his name is DeForest Buckner. One of the Colts defensive linemen is on the COVID list, so that's a big thing for the Colts defense. It might help the Titans offense get going on the ground with Derrick Henry. He put up, I think he averaged like 5 yards per carry or something like that in their first matchup. And if he continues to keep going like that in this matchup without one of the Colts' main run stoppers, that's going to get the play action going and whatnot. Corey Davis is going to be a big baller this week, so you should start him. Big baller brand, Corey Davis, lock it in.
I didn't know he got on with LeVar there. Hey, I mean, Tennessee, Charlotte, they're down there. LeVar is over there in the area.
Oh, yeah. Corey Davis is going to sign with him. Don't you worry.
Makes sense. I'm going to skip Brandon's because I don't believe in Brandon's. My start of the week is Devontae Parker against the Jets quarterbacks.
And you believe in that because you believe in the Jets being terrible.
Also, I mean, Devontae Parker is
not
pretty much the main target hog as a receiver on that team.
You know who else is a target hog?
Not Travis Fulgham. They throw him the ball like
7 targets.
Not at all lately.
5 targets.
7 targets. All of them when he was like heavily contested.
Yeah.
Like 7 of those were just Carson going like.
Yeah. That's confidence.
I'll be honest. Everyone was ripping him for the one into the end zone. I didn't think that throw was that bad because one, that was clearly pass interference. Like the defender was on his head like a gremlin before the ball got there. I'm not sure how that's not interference, but whatever. And like, late in the game, throw it up to your boy. He's made some plays before, but it's not that I don't like him. I do like him, and I think he's a piece. But Doug Peterson has no clue what he's doing, and they're not going to feed him the ball. It's become clear to me. He's not going to become a target hog until we're down by 20 points, which might happen in the first quarter. So I guess I see where your line of thinking comes from. But at this point, I don't want to start anyone on that team because they're just too scary.
I think Russell Wilson is going to manhandle us.
You think?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
And I think we're going to get pretty far down, way down. Carson Wentz
I can actually see us keeping this close enough that our offense doesn't have to resort to, like, airing it out, which means we will resort to 0-yard gains every play.
Regardless, Seattle is a horrible defense, pass defense, and I see Travis Fulgham being relevant. Market, you know what? Don't have any confidence. That's fine. That's fine. This week's the week of not giving a shit. So, Travis
Brandon,
Fulgham.
if I put this on your plate as a result of you starting Fulgham, if you are that confident, would you be willing to make a bet, say, Travis Fulgham, 10 fantasy points? If he hits that threshold, then I guess you get like a crown or some shit. But if he doesn't, maybe like eat a pepper or something.
Eat a pepper?
Like a habanero.
A habanero pepper.
Sure.
Entire habanero pepper in one sitting.
That doesn't sound too confident.
Yeah. I was thinking this was like a...
Brandon, I know you're like heat resistance. I don't know if you could get a whole one of those down without puking.
Probably not.
Those are rough.
But I feel confident. Travis Kelce. Well, yeah, Travis Kelce too. Travis Fulgham.
Both of them? 10 plus
Well,
points?
both of them. 10 plus. Well, no.
Are you booking that in? That's a book? That's a book? That's
no, I don't need to add more to the conclusion
That's
here.
2 peppers.
It's 2 crowns and 2 peppers.
I mean, the man Cam, he in the betting episode, he ate 2 peppers today. It was crazy.
What kind of peppers?
Wait, what?
One was habanero, one was like a circular red one. It was weird.
Ooh.
What happens when he does score 10 points? Nothing? I get a crown, as you said?
Yeah,
you
we
guys
need to
have
some
to
punishment.
No.
We need accountability.
I'm not accepting this.
We need accountability.
Get a
I think
crown.
that
A
Pepperidge
crown
is a good way to
is
go.
Trash.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
good
buy
way to go.
a
It'll be a
crayon and just
plastic crown.
It'll be a Burger King crown.
go to
Go get
Burger
you a
King.
Whopper.
Yeah.
I go to Burger King and buy myself
Yes.
Because you
Yes.
have to buy
Yes.
something to get a damn crown. Do they even do that anymore?
Just go in there and
No idea.
ask very nicely for a crown.
I won a
Just
bet
say-
this week, and I was told I'd be getting a crown. They didn't
I was
fucking
told
give
if
me
I
a
went
crown.
here, you guys would give me a crown.
Get out of here. Go.
Get the hell out of here, man.
Oh man.
You
All right,
else
so Brandon
could get
is
the hell
eating
out of here.
If you disagree so
peppers.
much, why isn't it you think he'll hit the under, and if he doesn't get 10 points, you eat the pepper?
So you're telling me one of us are going to eat a pepper next?
Yes. Yeah.
Habanero.
That's the only way I actually agree to this.
All right, book it. Habanero.
Okay, cool.
Need to put some accountability in this, Sean. I don't believe he's going to do much.
That's nuts.
Just
I'm
like-
not like. Have fun with that. I'm not eating a habanero.
Oh, just for disclosure purposes, or contextualize, it's going to be half PPR points, not full PPR. Half PPR, 10 points plus he has to have.
That's fine.
9.9 does not count, Brandon.
Well, we have
Alright,
to wait a few days after Sleeper kind of puts in its corrections, just in case.
Oh, it's fine. We generally don't record on Sunday, so it's fine.
True.
Wait, don't they play Monday this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, they play Monday night.
Bless. All right. There's not going to be any stat corrections, Brandon, so you're going to have to take that out like a man. All right. Sits at the wide receiver position. Somebody I don't think is going to do too hot this week. DJ Chark, the Shark. Okay, he's playing against Cleveland in the rain with Mike Glennon as his quarterback, which is also questionable.
Oh,
I don't have much faith
Oh.
in this offense, especially the passing offense this week against the Browns. I mean, the Browns' secondary is not all that great. I think Denzel Ward's out a couple weeks as well, so it might be enticing, but the weather's going against him, and he has Mike Glennon, the quarterback, which I'm not saying it's a
That's a
downgrade from
plus.
Jake Luton, but
Mike Glennon, man. Mike Glennon can sling it.
bro, I don't know what it was, but like, there's just like this aversion I have to this man because I seen on Twitter somebody looked up like Mike Glennon giraffe, and there's just so many.
I think I know what you're talking about. You got an aversion to giraffes?
Yes, sir. Not a big giraffe guy.
These are hilarious. I don't know what you're talking about. I hope he starts the rest of this.
Oh, you see them?
Some of these are.
say that one more time because I think you lagged
Oh my god.
when you
Yeah,
said.
it
some
said
of
my
these are
internet
fantastic.
connection was unstable. That was tweak.
So what did you
what's
say
it called?
about Glennon?
Glennon? Well, there's like pictures of him with his head on giraffes, and it's just very. It just makes me feel uneasy. So like,
This
for that
one's Drew
reason, I don't
Brees,
like
but tell
Mike
me this
Glennon.
isn't the funniest thing you've ever seen.
It's comedy. The milk is stale by the time it touches his stomach. There's little fucking chunks in the milk. It is what it is, though. Mike Glennon's bad, and DJ
Hey,
Charkson
this
is
was
bad
a
week.
this is an undocumented photo.
That's
Undocumented.
insane.
That is an unedited document right there.
Unedited.
That's his neck. He's got 2.5 cubic yards of neck.
Cubic yards of neck.
It's a lot of neck.
Big ass neck.
I don't have a smooth transition for that, but sit Marquise Brown. It's my sit.
Very smooth.
I don't know what the
I'd
fuck's
say
going on
smooth.
over there, but none of it's good.
This will be the week
No.
Marquise Brown devours this team. But who's
Devour-
not
he's
going to
5'9".
devour
He can't
is
devour
Jamison
anything.
Crowder. Jamison Crowder is a sit this
Oh,
week.
The rhyme.
That's right.
It's fair.
That's it?
If only Sam Darnold was healthy.
Well, Rashad Perriman's been Joe Flacco's deep ball guy. It's been going to him, and Perriman's been the guy coming down with them. And since Flacco came into start, Crowder really hasn't done
Hasn't
very
been
much.
targeted at all.
I believe, when did Flacco start? He started
Nobody
week
keeps
5,
track of
right?
these things. I
think
think
it
him
was
and
either
Crowder
week
have
5
played
or
like
week 6.
2 or 3 games together, I believe.
Yeah, and I think Crowder had one of the
Nothing.
games he played together. He had a good amount of targets, but since then he got hurt, and then he played New England. He was only 2 for 2. He had a touchdown, which saved him the week. Had a bye week.
No,
Came
he had
back
8
with
points. That didn't do shit that week.
yeah.
He's done nothing with our boy Joe Flacco, which is great.
Which is great.
Thought he'd be a steal come down to the end of the season with Darnold, but I hadn't realized that every NFL team in this year is just lying about their injuries.
Rashad Perriman, though.
He'll be out for about a week or two. Talk to us in a month. Oh, he's still
Sean
out.
Perriman.
Another month. Sorry, gentlemen.
Rashad Perriman's been a good
boy.
streaming option. Playing
He's
here
injured,
and there.
though.
Well, he's been injured.
Wow. Yeah,
He's been
injured since
injured
birth.
and been fine. You know who's also injured that I just found out today? Irv Smith. He's my start, and I'm still leaving him as my start. But he came off an injury, and I'm not sure if this is the same injury. But
You'd probably have to ask him.
I would, but that requires actual
Connections.
connection
Knowing
to him.
Irv Smith.
And
Yeah.
viewership.
But I felt like last week he came back from an injury, played 52% of the snaps, and I felt this week he'd be coming back with Adam Thielen a little banged up, playing around the higher amount of percentages as he was earlier in the season. With this injury, I'm not sure if this is going to limit him in any way, but I still feel confident. It's a good matchup for tight ends. I believe Carolina's like 30th in the league against tight ends, so I think Irv Smith's a streaming tight end you can turn to.
Might be used on the outside, so yeah, that's pretty dope.
Always that opportunity.
Desperate they got to be up there to use him as an outside receiver.
Pretty desperate.
Is it?
Bad.
She's
Yes.
pretty good.
I mean, he's good,
Is
but
he?
as
I
an
mean-
outside receiver, I don't know. He's fast.
I just
I'll
have
give
a
him
hard
that.
time believing he's really that great. Because if he was, wouldn't we have seen it by now?
Well,
Like, I feel like he can clearly be
Well,
solid.
you work with Kirk
but-
Cousins. I don't know.
yeah.
That's true. It's not impeding the receivers, though. And Kyle Rudolph used to be solid before, like, his hips and ankles turned to stone.
That's true.
Now he moves around out there with the speed of your grandmother. Anyone's grandmother. Not yours in particular, just anyone's.
My grandmother. Goodness, that's this.
Mine,
All right.
Brandon's.
Brandon's coming
Anyone's.
at your grandma.
I'm coming at your grandma.
It's okay. I don't think she would be able to outrun him either.
Well, Kyle Rudolph, she might be able to, but
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
we'll stay on those tight ends. My start of the week is Dallas Goedert because
Again.
he's like our second best receiving weapon, I guess. And it seems like Ertz should probably be back this week. Maybe. Again, I don't know what's going on there. But if he comes back, then Seattle pays attention to him, and then Goddard just runs in between the safeties every few plays for a 30-yard pass that Carson Wentz will miss.
Likely.
So Zach Ertz will get some more attention, throwing people to
Even if Ertz
center of the
doesn't play,
field.
I don't care. I'm going with Goddard anyway, because at this point, like, he's a must-start tight end to me.
Yeah.
'Cause he's just good, and there's not a lot of good tight ends. But
Accurate.
I think Ed knows a good tight end.
I know a great tight end, Mark Andrews.
Ed's got a good tight end on the list.
Speaking of, again, connecting back to the beginning of the video with Travis Kelce. So last week I said to start I think it was last week I said to start Mark Andrews, and Brandon said, or I said, I have Travis Kelce and Mark Andrews. I don't know if I should start them both. He's like, do it. I'm playing you this week. I started Mark Andrews over Naeem Hines, and it won me the week practically. So start Mark Andrews again because he's playing against
Brandon.
Pittsburgh. And he's going to win you a game just like he won me a game last week because I don't really know why. The offense over in Baltimore is really struggling, but since J.K. Dobbins and Mark Ingram are both on COVID lists, kind of takes away their running attack a little bit, so they're probably going to be forced to pass a little bit more. And Mark Andrews is probably the number one target on that team.
I don't think you even need to probably. I think that's a definitely.
Yeah,
Well,
it's him and him
talent
alone.
perspective,
Now that
talent
receiving
perspective.
threat Nick Boyle is out,
Big receiving threat.
their best weapon,
Yeah.
Nick Boyle. All right, let's get into these tight end sits. I'm going to go first because there's a lot of logic in this one. First of all, Eric Ebron is mad, and he's going to be doubly mad when he does nothing this week because Eric Ebron can't keep scoring touchdowns every week. It's just not going to happen. You heard it here first.
That's
He
it.
did it
It's not happening this week.
last year.
Sit him.
It was 2 years ago?
Was it last year?
Or
the year
was
before?
it 2 years ago?
I think it was the
I don't
year
know.
before
Forget
when
a
he
lot.
was with the Colts with Andrew Luck because he would just, I'm pretty sure he caught 42 touchdowns that year. Give or take.
Yeah, give or take like 30. He probably had 72 touchdowns, what I'm saying, but it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. He was given. He had 72 touchdowns, even though Luck probably only threw 30-some. That's how good he is.
Yeah,
But not this week.
really good, really talented. Not this week.
Not
no
against
way.
Baltimore.
For another tight end to sit, I was about to say divisional matchup, but it's not. Big tweak. Evan Ingram against the Cincinnati Bengals. Don't really have any words for this, but I couldn't really find any other tight ends to sit because I was the last one in this document, and I would have said Eric Ebron or Jonnu Smith, but I feel like I couldn't. So Evan Ingram, sit him against the Bengals if you like. This is very like tight ends. I don't really get into it like that.
Cincinnati would make a good NFC East roster.
Yeah, organization.
You should add them to the fray.
Likely would probably win the division if it was in said division.
With Brandon Allen at quarterback.
Hey,
They'll still be favored.
Know. Probably.
Oh, man.
My tight end set is Jonnu Smith. The last time
Your
he
favorite
played
tight end?
Indiana, yeah, he is. Him and Darren Waller are my two favorite tight ends. But this week,
Sit
Jonnu
Waller.
Smith is a sit. 2 weeks ago, he played Indiana. He had the targets. The targets were there. 6 targets, only 2 catches for 14 yards. And I believe it was that game where he had a rushing touchdown, which kind of made his week relevant for a tight end. So I don't count on that rushing attempt and that rushing touchdown, and I see him having a similar game as last time he played them. Not very good. This Indiana defense is really good against tight ends, and I think it's going to make him not perform as well as you'd hope.
Brandon with the bold move of coupling his tight end and his quarterback sit. That's 2 peppers if you're wrong.
That's
What?
4 peppers. He said, what?
There are no peppers.
Yeah, there's a multiplier. 4
And you
peppers.
got,
Brandon
Tom
has
Brady
to
and
eat
Ronald
12
Jones to start,
habanero
so-
peppers. Live on the
I don't
episode
think I'd
consecutively.
survive.
No,
I like
no
48.
stopping to take a drink. There's not
You
even
better
any
believe
stopping
I'll
to
have a
breathe.
glass of milk.
You just have to be like chomping on them one after one.
Just
No
like that.
stopping
Just
to
like that.
breathe.
Oh my
No
goodness. Just go to like a
breathing.
habanero pepper plant. And just,
It'll be fun trying to watch you eat one of these.
You?
Would
Why
be.
do you say you? Like it's already
It will be.
determined it's going to
No, I
be
meant
me.
one of you.
Okay.
It will
It
be
just
funny to
sounded
watch you next
directed
week, Brandon.
towards me.
No, I meant no. It'll be fun trying to watch somebody do that because those things are not pleasant. Now, do you get to take the seeds out of them, or are you just chopping the stem off and eating it?
Oh no, you have to eat the seeds, yeah.
It's good.
Seeds are what's hot. Yeah. Brandon, you're gonna love it, Brandon. I'll tell you what.
I ate one of these midway through. Well, I guess Ed would understand the circumstance. It was mid-dinner shift at the old Willow Valley, and I walked back to the line, and one of the other guys was eating one, so I took one, and then walked out and did the grill, even though my face was on fire. What can I do for you?
So what can I do for you?
Can I help you?
Yeah,
Good
I'm not
times.
a very peppery guy. I'm gonna die if it is me, but Brandon, you're probably gonna die worse if it's you, supposedly.
Yeah. I'm
Which
not
will
very
be.
good with hot foods. But good
I'm gonna
thing
have to go with you to
it won't
acquire
come
said
down to
pepper.
that.
I'm gonna have to make sure it's a habanero and not just like
He's
some
gonna get like a
stupid
sweet
little
pepper.
bell pepper,
Right. Yeah.
pretending
He's
it's
like,
hot.
oh my god, my face on
Oh,
fire.
oh, that's so hot. Ow. Ah,
Grabs a squirt bottle,
oh,
Ow.
squirts his face. I'm sweating.
no.
I have someone standing like on the other side of the camera, like spraying me with a water bottle. Be like, "Oh my god, do you see me sweating?"
I think that's about all
Yeah.
we got.
Yeah, that is about it for us. Have yourselves a wonderful Thanksgiving, as this is probably coming out Thanksgiving morning. So watch this before the game so you can get some great intel. I don't know why I'm saying this at the end of the video, but I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and wait for the fucking peppers next week because it's going to be a great time. Brandon, I apologize in
Not
advance.
for one of
Adios.
us.
He said not for one of us.